this is what I hear all the time. Coach, I've been giving advice free for years, and I've been trying to figure out how to get paid. And people just say, I should speak, I should coach, I should do this, I should do that. And I should make things happen. I should coach people. But they're not getting paying clients. They're not getting paid. So, you know, what's crazy is, so Marcy is, you know, she's been, you know, working with career professional for years. I mean, like decades, right? So she's been helping people. You know, when she came in, she was in a place where she wasn't really sure what her niche wanted to be. She thought she wanted to be specifically a life coach, but then we kind of niched that down, and life has many different areas. So she really narrowed it down, and she said, well, I actually want to be a career coach. She said, I got decades of experience, you know, helping people with their career. So one of the things I helped her do within the program was help her really just identify specifically who she was helping, which is key, because we come across a lot of people where we're trying to just figure out, okay, how do we figure out like who we're helping and how we're helping them? And, you know, we really have some difficulty figuring that out. But it wasn't until, you know, we kind of got together and then we narrowed it down and said, okay, well, specifically who you're helping. And then once we helped Marcy identify who she was helping, then say, okay, this is the process from start to finish that you really, that we want to focus on, so you can really start growing this. Yes. Like, what does your activity look like now on a weekly basis?
Wow. Oh,
yep.
My goodness. My activity is just flying. It is flying, and I'm right there with it, piloting. And between making sure I have a virtual assistant to handle my social media, I'm also exclusively reaching out to my clients, whether it be by cold calling. I've got lead magnets, I've got websites set up, I've got so many vital pieces put together. In 1 week's time, I'm reaching out to leads, I'd say anywhere, and I'm doing still 50 people per day. And
wait. When you say 50 people per day, for context to the audience, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so I'm sending out 50 DMs per day. So it may be by way of Instagram, it could be Facebook, it could be LinkedIn, it could be Twitter. I'm on all these different platforms sending out messages to potential clients, just to my target audience, based on the pages they follow. I'm also on other career coaches' pages to help there, so that they can say, well, wow, this coach is getting straight to me. So I'm targeting very, very hard. And that is the way I'm getting all organic leads and all organic clients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, love it. So we can have context, right? Because one of the things that I notice as I work with, you know, hundreds and hundreds of, you know, of coaches, is that they're not doing enough activity. Right? They're not doing enough activity to generate leads. They're not doing enough activity to get exposure and get in front of their ideal audience. So compare that to, you say you're doing like 50 outreaches a day, right, to generate these leads. What was your activity before joining the program versus now that you're rocking with me inside of this program? Like, what's the activity look like as far as the difference?
Whoa, the activity was all the way right here.
I had no idea where to go, what to do. I didn't even know what I was trying to be. I just wanted to get out there. And I said, I've got to get out there. I've got to just talk to people. What am I talking about? I didn't know what I was talking about because I wasn't sure what I was trying to help them with. So I had no idea. I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants, talking to a little bit of everybody, still giving away all this free career advice, not only advice, but doing actual deliverables for people free of charge, when that was really his business on target.
Woo! Marcy giving away that heat on Labor Day, giving away that heat. Look, these are nuggets, and you know, and that's one of the reasons why you really want to have a coach, is because, you know, like, we're gonna push you. Right, we're gonna push you outside of your comfort zone, but it's you being outside of your comfort zone that's really gonna allow you to really do more activity, to really get more in front of your ideal audience. You know, you gotta have the passion in your, and this is what I tell the members too, is that you gotta have it in your head, like in terms of your experience, whether that's your life experience that you've been through, or whether that's some kind of skill that you developed over the years. You got to have some kind of experience, but you got to come into this with the heart to really want to help people. And if you got those two, you know, we can help you with everything else, right? And, you know, and Marcy is a great example of that. So that's good. So let me ask you this. This is a key question. What made you believe in coaching? right? Because you were struggling at first, trying to figure it out, really confused. Most folks say, you know, I dabbled a little bit. I tried a little bit of research here and there. I tried to do a couple things, looked at a few people, but like, what made you believe in coaching to really say, you know, I want to go hard doing this, and you know, and maybe I want to get some help doing this too?
What made me really believe in it was the fact that people kept coming to me. If I didn't know anything, they wouldn't keep coming back to me. There were people that I have helped from high school all the way into their careers at this point, and have even taught them how to sit down and participate in interviews. So many different key components that I was teaching all of these individuals, and I'm saying to myself, you know, I think that was a good time. Just figured out this is my gift, so why not give it away? And I was like, what's the way? As soon as I joined your program, you said, whoa, stop, let's talk about that now. And I needed you to help me clarify.
Love it. Key, big insights. And, you know, part of, you know, people say, you know, what it is, like, what's the secret sauce? And obviously, you know, and honestly, what's really been working for me, I've been doing this, you know, going on 7 years now. And what's really worked for me throughout the years of really doing this is, you know, showing up as my authentic self. Right. Which is one of the things that why Marcy gravitated towards me and said, you know what, like, Terrell is a real dude. You know, I like what he got going on. Obviously, he has the results. I see the testimonials. Other people are being helped. And really knowing the process, right? And, you know, this wasn't us just getting on a random call and just kind of having a random conversation. It was really getting on, and like what she said was the detailed questioning. It was really getting on a call and diagnosing, right? If you ever did a coaching call with me before, you know I ask a lot of questions, and I'm very detail oriented in that, because I like to make sure everybody has a customized game plan specifically to you, because everybody comes into this business and this industry in different places, right? So I wanted to make sure that Marcy had a specific, and this is how I do it with everybody who works with me, right? Who applies and works with me, is that we're very detailed and specific on, okay, what are you going through? What are your things that's holding you back? I ask things about your mentality, right? What are some of the mental things that maybe hold you back? Everything that could potentially delay or distract or slow you down from reaching your highest potential. So shout out to you, Marcy, for that. All right, so what are some of the tweaks, just so overall people can kind of know? A lot of people, some people have just started and they're kind of just, you know, tinkering with the website, or kind of tinkering with, like, okay, let me kind of, you know, do the branding and colors and stuff like that. But like, what would you say when you came in were a couple of the few major tweaks you made soon as you started working? I mean, like, you know, let's say first 30 days and then maybe beyond. Like, what are some of the few big major tweaks you made since coming in and working with me?
So initially I can say I was all confusion.
I was really all confusion. I had to have colors, website, logo, all of these things. What about what's actually going to deliver? You chose to hone in on exactly what my deliverables were going to be. What are you going to coach on? You had an actual playbook and a map to follow in detailed order that says this is what you have to do to be ready to launch. And you said, hey, it's going to go in 90 days. Let's go. And when you said that, I said, okay, I gotta put on my blinders. Whether you have a full-time career or not, this is what you need to focus on. And at least if you gave 4 hours a day, you gave a lot. And that's what I said. I'm committed to doing 4 hours a day. I don't even care how this goes, going with it. I'm all in. And guess what? I found that every single step gave it. Than to do. Instead, start from the beginning and go to the end, and that's exactly what I did. And here I am today to be able to say, guess what? It works. It really works.
Love it. Let's go. Marcy making huge strides, huge progress. So I really love it. So all right. So let me ask you this. So one of the things, right, because I want to definitely make sure folks are like getting a lot of value. When I'm saying me, I'm really is me, and it's a program, right? So and if you could read my shirt, it's PCS, the playbook, the coaching and speaking, right? So that's what she's referring to. That's what she came into, and then this is how she's getting the help, right? You know, me obviously has been the lead coach helping that. So let me ask you this, Marcy. So one of the things you've been doing is you've been getting a lot of appointments, like every week. You know, you've been getting clients, you've been making things happen, like from the like what, and you kind of touched on it before, but I really want some folks to have some tangible takeaways. Like, so what are the things, one of the things I get a lot is, yo, coach, like, how do I get exposure and how do I get leads? So how, like, what are you doing, and really, like, what are you doing that's allowing you to get leads and appointments on autopilot? And you know, you mentioned it a little bit before, but I wonder if you can expand on that a little bit. Like, what are you doing that's allowing you to really get in front of your ideal audience and bring in clients, or like, or systematically?
The main thing that I do, that I focus on every single day, is talking to people. I've got to be consistent with having conversations. Conversations is where everything happens. That's when people know they're speaking to you authentically as well. So it's no person that's getting the same exact message either. So I might look people up. I might go ahead and go into their social media pages. I may see what they follow, and then I'm into those hashtags they follow, and I start a conversation. I'm looking at everything that's engaging in my niche to make sure when I go to this individual, I'm having an authentic conversation. So if I met anyone today, thank you so much for engaging in my content. I'm sending them a direct message. I'm having a conversation. I'm also my thing, and then I go, Paige, I love what you're doing on your social media. Tell me more about what drives you every day. And it may be those conversations where you see authenticity and say, I'm speaking with one person. Every